Hello and welcome to Baatcheet with Cafemutual. I'm Riddhima Bhatnagar. Today we have here with us RIA Suresh Sadagopan, founder of Ladder 7. Hello, sir. Uh, Thank you. Sir, I want to start by asking that what got you interested in passives and how did you educate yourselves about passives?
Yeah, as far as passives are concerned, it is not a question of whether I like passives or not. See, the market data is pointing out to the fact that there are certain segments like large cap in India where passives probably can outperform, for the most part, actively managed funds. So we have to be cognizant of what is really happening in the market and what is in the client's best interest. And accordingly, we have started, based on the data, we have started suggesting passive funds in certain categories. The other category where we have also started suggesting passives is in terms of international funds. It's rather difficult for somebody sitting in India to pick and choose the appropriate funds. So if I choose an appropriate passive fund around an index, it makes a lot of sense. So there are a lot of ways by which we can actually learn about what is happening in the passive space. I mean, we have to keep our eyes and ears open. And of course, you people are also doing a great job. I mean, you're all organizing these kind of sessions, conferences, where we get to meet a lot of these people who are actively actively in the passive space. And there are a lot of these products, and we get to learn new ideas, new ways of looking at things from the client's point of view.
So, my next question to you is that under which circumstances does passive investing become better than active?
Uh, I would not really go into this active versus passive debate because it is not really about that. It is really about what is good from the client's point of view. So there are segments where actives may be really good, where there is a fund manager's role in terms of active stock picking. So I would stay with that. I will not really quibble too much about the cost. I mean, if the active fund manager is involved, they are putting in a lot of effort. So if there is a cost involved, and because of that the investor is going to benefit, I'm okay with active. And there are certain portions where passive can definitely outperform actives for the most part. So I'll stay with passives there. So it's a question of active and passive. It's not a question of active versus passive. So I mean, I think over a period of time, both these things are still going to stay, and we will be guided by what will work for the client more than taking a position in active or the passive space.
What is your advice to the AMCs to sort of popularize passives with the MFDs?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the important things that MFDs will have to understand is that, um, passives are something whose time has come. Okay, at least in certain areas, the time has come. So we will have to understand that if we are not going to talk about passives, or if we are not going to suggest passives, there is somebody who is going to suggest that, and you will be seeing as a person not really acting in the client's best interest. So it is a much better idea for you to suggest passives. Maybe the amount of money that you can earn in a passive is probably less, but you will have to look at the overall client level and the overall portfolio level, even from your earnings point of view. So I think retaining the client is very important. Looking after their best interest is important. And of course, the pie itself is growing. So currently we are at 54, 55 lakh crores. And it is going to go to 100 lakh crores in a matter of a few years. And the current MFDs are the ones who are going to actually benefit from that. So we should not look at fund to fund what we are earning. We should look at what we are going to earn from the portfolio. We have to look at retaining the clients and, of course, the client's best interest. So from that point of view, I think it's a no-brainer.
And sir, where do you think the demand for passives is coming from? The retail or the HNI? And why do you think so?
So I think passes are being spearheaded by, people like RAs, people who are any kind of advisory, and people who have high net worth individuals or other informed investors who are anyway aware about all these things and who are actively asking for it. So it is currently starting in that space. But what is also happening is a lot of information is available in the public domain now, and even the retail investors are aware about what is happening. So if you look at that, look at it from that point of view, there are going to be retail investors who are going to ask their MFDs about this. So it's a much better idea to be aware about this. In fact, go out actively and tell the retail investor that this is an area where you should also look at. It is not about alpha; it is about participation. So it is very important for MFDs to look at retail investors also to help them participate in a certain way. Yeah, to start with, it will be the RAs who will be say maybe the thrust will come from them at this point, but over a period of time, all of us will have to participate. Yeah.
Thank you so much for those insights. That was all from today's session. Signing off. See you next time.